Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic... Uh, uh, just a minute. There. That's a little better. Okay. Why the change of outfit? Why am I sporting Bumble and Rudolph? Well, simply put, it's time to start looking forward to 2021. That's right, let's leave 2020 behind us for cruising. We're going into the winter months. Everybody, it's dark out when we wake up in the morning to go to work. It's dark out before we get home from work. It's that time of year when it's cold, miserable, rainy, sleet, snow, icy, etc. I think it's kind of time that we start looking at the positive signs and the positive things that are coming down the road. So I thought, you know what? This is the perfect time to look forward to the good things that are happening right now in cruising. The first thing that we should look at is the positive news of the large cruise ships that have set sail. That's right, we have MSC that was doing really well. Costa's doing really well. Asia has now opened up their market as well, with Japan starting up, and they've all had basically almost zero incidences or issues. All the issues have been with mostly river cruises, ferry cruises, or small yacht type cruise ships. It really hasn't been the large cruise ships. So that's really good news as far as when we're starting up our cruising industry here in North America. Speaking of also opening up, Britain has said that once they go to a level 2 and a level 3 and are trending towards heading to a level 2, they will be able to start phased reopenings of cruise ships in Britain sailing out of Southampton. And the good news there is also MSC has said that they will be sailing out of Southampton going forward, which, there's some really beautiful ships with MSC. You also have the fact that they are status matching. So if you're an elite member with one cruise line, you send them your information saying, look, I'm elite, and they will match that service when you're on MSC cruises. They also have a lot of cheaper cruises because they have a lot of kids programs. Sometimes, quite often, it's 2 for 1 or kids sail free. So there's a lot of good deals to be had with MSC, and people in Britain should look really forward to that. As I said, Asia, Japan has all started up. There's a Christmas cruise now that's going to the Canary Islands. So more and more areas are setting up for the cruise line industry. When they start in Britain, it'll probably be local cruisers only, so only people from that area or part of the union. But there won't be, they won't be heading to millions of countries. It'll probably be British Isles and things like that to start with, and then expand from there as we hope 2021 gets better and better. As far as North America is concerned, we have some good news as well, believe it or not. We have a lot of cruise ships beginning to show up here in North America from various ports around the world. They're coming here so that they fit into the regulation for the CDC to start their test cruising and get their crew on board, and they are bringing them on. They're doing all the protocols to get the cruise lines in place so that they can be ready to do those test cruises and then get to paying passengers as soon as possible. Some of the things they've been doing also is the Broadway shows have all been they're running their rehearsals now. They're getting ready. They're getting back in shape for the cruises. They've got their new singers, their new musicians, their dancers all on board, and they are practicing the new Broadway shows so they can show them off to the public when we get on board. That means that they will be ready with not some very rough entertainment. That means they're going to have quality entertainment again when we get on the cruise ships, because as y'all know, I love myself the entertainment on the cruise ships, and that is a big chunk. And if those were disappointing, I get disappointed. So that's fantastic news that we will see a lot of that going forward. One other thing, one of the reasons I'm dressed in my holiday gear today, a friend of mine is coming over today and she's going to help me with baking. I am a pretty darn good cook, but I'm what I would say a very not good cook as far as baking is concerned. And she's coming over and we're making a whole bunch of treats and muffins and cupcakes and cookies and things like that. And we're bringing it to the local mission here when I also deliver a bunch of food that we both purchased yesterday, and we will be bringing it into the food bank today and bringing fresh baked goods to the mission. So I thought I should look a little bit holiday cheer when I go and do that. That's another thing I like to do a few times at the during the holiday season whenever I can. First time I'm bringing fresh baked goods though, so that's hopefully I don't give anybody food poisoning, but she's a really good cook, so that's why I asked her to give me a hand. So we have that going on. So see, more and more positivity, looking positive into the future, looking positive going forward. Another great thing for the cruise ships is now that they're here in North America, they can get construction crews on board, because a lot of people were thinking that, oh, you know what, they just have to go ahead and do, like, put some signs out, please stay 6 feet apart, put the lines down, things like that, put some plexiglass here and there. It's not a big deal. But no, for instance, they have to set aside cabins and have them as quarantine cabins, so they have to be completely isolated. They can't have doors in between the rooms and things like that. So they have to make sure they have areas for that in one section of the ship. Also, another thing they have to do is they have to expand their medical facilities. There has to be a separate COVID area on the cruise ships so they don't have to mingle with other passengers who may just have a cough or not feeling well or a headache or whatever they're there for as well. So they actually have to construct new areas, move areas next to the medical facility that they're taking over and put them someplace else on the ship. So there's a lot of moving parts in place, and the cruise ships are jumping and getting ready. So their target is still sailing on the 1st of January, starting their first cruises. They have 19 cruises, ships roughly heading to the United States or here already, and then they want to slowly start out. So they're not going to start out with 19 on January 1st. It'll probably be 2, 3, 4 ships that'll set sail, and then another couple weeks they'll sell a couple more. They're hoping that in March and April they have all 19 or more ships at least participating in the test cruises, and some of them actually having passengers on board. So a lot of good things happening. Feeling very positive today. Thankful this was Thanksgiving weekend in the United States. Thanks for everybody wishing me happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving to you as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great holiday. Hope you stayed safe. And in the meantime, think about others during this time as well who might not be doing so well as you or myself. And if you're somebody who's not having an easy time of it, please don't feel embarrassed or anything like that. Reach out to somebody, especially if you're having depression issues or anything along those lines. I've lived with somebody who had depression. I lost somebody very, very close to me in that situation. And it's no shame to reach out for help from your friends or somebody, a medical professional, if you have to. There's somebody out there willing to listen and help you through whatever times you're going through. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.